At first glance, the story sounds irresistible. Online posts claimed that Barack Obama challenged Donald Trump to take a live IQ test, and that Trump responded with a flurry of social media posts without ever accepting. But when those claims are checked against the public record, the story falls apart. There is no verified evidence that Obama ever issued such a live IQ challenge, and there is no reliable confirmation that Trump made 14 posts in response while refusing the challenge.
If Barack Obama opens up and gives his college records and applications, and if he gives his passport applications and records, I will give to a charity of his choice, Inner City Children in Chicago, American Cancer Society, AIDS research.
Who seem to think Trump's behavior, the bullying and the putting people down, is a sign of strength. And I am here to tell you that is not what real strength is. It never has been. Real strength is about working hard and carrying a heavy load without complaining.
If I don't do a medical exam, they say, Trump's not doing an exam. I'm the only one that took a cognitive test.
You, Mr. Trump, recognize that the real problem was a lack of leadership. And so ultimately you didn't blame Little John or Meatloaf. You fired Gary Busey. And these are the kind of decisions that would keep me up at night.
Standing in the White House, I wouldn't be in the White House except for Barack Obama because they did a bad job, Biden and Obama. And if they did a good job, I wouldn't be here.
He called himself the father of IVF. I have no idea what that means. You don't either. He said January 6th was a day of love. You're going to hear this from me. Do not boo.
Anything he wants, a check immediately for $5 million. The check will be given within 1 hour after he releases all of the records.
Somebody who sees you and has been with you and knows your struggles and will fight for you every single day. Virginia, it's time to point America in a better direction by electing Abigail Spanberger as your next governor.
Guy calls you a genius, you're not going to disavow. Do we agree? Only a stupid person would disavow, not a genius. No genius would disavow being called a genius.
Why would I disavow? Guy calls you a genius. Is anybody going to disavow? We don't disavow.
That didn't really happen. But it did. And he's doing it because what he cares about is his ego and his money and his status. He's not thinking about you. He sees power. He sees you as a means to his ends. He wants the middle class to pay the price for another huge tax cut. It would mostly help him and his country club buddies. And he employs this strategy, like politicians have for millennia, because having people divided and angry boosts his chances of being elected. That's his focus. Is this going to help me, not is it going to help you? And along with those intentions, there's also...
But the verified public record tells a more compelling story. Donald Trump has spent years making intelligence part of his public image, calling himself a very stable genius, mocking opponents as low IQ, and frequently pointing to his 2018 Montreal Cognitive Assessment, MoCA score, of 30 out of 30. That result is real, but it was never an IQ score. The MoCA is a medical screening tool used to detect possible cognitive impairment by assessing memory, attention, language, orientation, and executive function. It is not designed to measure intelligence or assign an IQ. Barack Obama, meanwhile, has generally criticized Trump over judgment, temperament, democratic norms, and leadership, rather than questioning his IQ. That distinction matters because the real debate is not whether Trump passed the MoCA. He did. But whether a perfect screening score should be presented as proof of exceptional intelligence when the test was never intended for that purpose. The public record also shows Trump has continued attacking Obama long after he left office. In May 2026, The Washington Post reported that Trump shared more than 50 posts and reposts overnight, with about a dozen specifically targeting Obama. While that has nothing to do with the unverified claim about an IQ challenge, it reflects a documented pattern that is far more revealing than the viral myth.